Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Russ and I drive my 2024 Subaru Forester Sport here. On this channel, I tell you what it's like to live with this car day to day. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what this car has been like as a family car over the last year that I own this car. And of course, I'm going to tell you all the good and bad, and let's begin. So let me first quickly tell you how I ended up in this car. Basically, I got this car a year ago, but I was doing my research for a long time before that. I was comparing the Toyota RAV4, Nissan Rogue, Honda CR-V, and Subaru Forester. And for all my needs, this was the best car. And obviously, everybody's needs, especially when we're looking at the perfect family car department, everybody's needs are going to be different, and it's going to greatly depend on the family size, the age of your kids, and finally, of course, the family budget. But in my case, I was looking at a few things in particular. Car had to be comfortable, had to be practical, had to be safe, reliable, and that's basically what I was looking at. So I mentioned the word comfortable, so let's start here first. Basically, my car had to be comfortable for me and my family. The thing is, I'm 6'4", so I had to fit comfortably in the car because I would be driving it most of the time. My baby is going to be behind me in the car seat. When I got this car, the baby was a year and a half. She's 2.5 now. And yeah, basically, this car had to fit us, and most importantly, had to fit me comfortably. Subaru, oh my God, it was just like a breath of fresh air. If you're a tall driver, I mean, you can't go wrong with the Subaru Forester. The amount of legroom is best in its class. Headroom, it's like I'm driving a school bus, honestly, in a good way. Legroom, shoulder room, headroom, I fit. And after sitting in a Toyota RAV4 where my head was touching against the headliner, even though that model didn't have a sunroof, here I have a sunroof and I have about this much room above my head, which is incredible. So yes, I'm comfortable. And most importantly, I could sit behind myself, which is unheard of. And yeah, so the car is very roomy for the passengers and especially for the driver. So now that we talked about the room for the driver, let's look at the passenger side. I mean, this seat goes back so far that me being 6'4", I could sit here and stretch my legs all the way. It's pretty incredible. Can't do that on most cars. Yeah, so let's talk about the seats real quick. The seats are really comfortable. I've been a passenger here for a couple of hours and I drove it for 2-3 hours, no issues whatsoever. My back does not hurt after driving this car, so that's great. I wish they were heated in the back, but I guess I would have to go for high trim. This is the Sport, so that was never an option. And yeah, I wish they were ventilated, but for that you would have to jump in for the 6th generation Subaru Forester 2025 model, and this is 2024, the last year of the 5th gen. So yeah, I didn't have that as an option. So speaking of room and size, one more thing I want to mention, that when it's just me, my wife, and the baby is sitting in a Graco slim fit 3-in-1 car seat. I'll put the picture up right here. We all fit great, but when I tried to bring my parents along, it's a tight fit for 3 people in the back here. So yeah, definitely not the best situation, and I wish the car was bigger, but then again, bigger how? I mean, I tried the Scent, and I wanted to be bigger on the inside. I wanted to feel like I'm stepping into like a Chevy Suburban or something, but in reality, it felt like I was stepping into a slightly bigger Subaru Forester, which I guess it is. But yeah, I guess it's never enough room. One more thing I want to mention, that the seats do recline in the back. I saw many reviews where they basically say that this car doesn't have reclining back seats, just simply because they cannot find the little tab that you have to pull in order to make the seats go down. I realize it's not the most apparent and most evident spot where they put the reclining thing in, but yeah, it's there and you could definitely recline the seat in the back. Is this car quiet? Yes, I would say so. Obviously, it's going to depend on the tires you have, the road conditions, how you're driving. All of those factors definitely play a role in the end, but this car has stock tires, and my baby has no issues falling asleep in this car, never did, and she could take long 1-hour, 2-hour naps, and she never wakes up because of the road noise or anything like that. So that's pretty good testament to how quiet it is. And when she's sleeping in the back, we could talk like this and basically whisper to each other, and no issues. We could hear each other. We could be doing 60 miles an hour right now going on a highway, and we could like whisper to each other while the baby is sleeping in the back. So it's pretty amazing. Suspension is pretty good. The engine noise, I would say it's non-existent, But suspension is pretty good. Has no issues going over bumps. It's not like teeth rattling right or anything like that. Obviously, I always have the desire for this car to be even more comfortable, but then again, for what it is, it's not a Rolls-Royce Phantom or anything like that, so don't get your hopes up. So in terms of how quiet this car is, I would give this car a solid B, maybe B minus, but yeah, you get the idea. It's pretty good, not too loud. Okay, now let's talk about practicality. This car had to be practical for me. What I mean by practical. So for example, let's look at this water bottle. This is official Subaru Gear water bottle. No, this video is not sponsored. Yes, it should be, but no, it's not. And this is the first time I brought this beautiful water bottle to this car. And guess what? It doesn't fit into any cup holder. And I even had to take away this divider here. And yeah, that's what I mean about practicality. Sometimes the car just has to make sense. So let's look at practicality and see where this car stands. So overall, I would say that the Super Forza has a very thought out interior. I mean, starting with the back pockets behind the driver and the passenger side seats. You don't think much of it, but on a long trip, that's a perfect place to put a magazine or a map. The doors opening 90 degrees, it's amazing. What a game changer. I mean, I would never be able to get into a family car. I mean, how's it even a family car if the back doors don't open 90 degrees? I mean, how hard could it be? But many cars don't have that. And I think it's a huge missed opportunity. And this car definitely delivers. The doors open almost 90 degrees and it's great. So you could open the door and put the baby in the car, no issues whatsoever. Another thing I would add to practicality would be a huge panoramic moonroof. Not the sunroof, but the actual moonroof. And it's huge. It's pretty much double the size of the sunroof of the Toyota RAV4 or Honda CR-V or Nissan Rogue. It's great. It's double the size and it's huge. Provides so much slide into the cabin, and my baby loves that. And like if you'd say you're driving and it's a bunch of buildings on top or trees, yeah, you just open up that sunroof, I mean, sorry, moonroof, and you get a great view and so much more light. So yeah, it's amazing and it's a nice little touch. When you look at the cargo space in the back, it's not the best in class by any means, but I guess Subaru made the calculations that they would rather give more room, leg room to the passengers in the back, and they cut into the cargo room. I think Toyota RAV4 did the opposite way, has the biggest cargo area, but less space in the back for the passengers. And I'm okay with the decision that Subaru made because in the back it's quite a tight fit, but you could still fit two strollers. And in our case, it's a big stroller up a baby Vista 2, and the second small stroller is Yo-Yo 2. I hope I got those names correct, but I'll show the pictures here of what they look like. And yeah, they fit into the back and yeah, no issues. But yeah, you could take this car to IKEA or do whatever you want, take it on long trips. Once we went to Pennsylvania and we packed this car like full. I wish I had pictures, but back then I didn't think of doing YouTube channels, so I don't have anything like that on me now. But trust me, the car was just absolutely packed. We even brought a little fridge with us. It was amazing. But yeah, this car is great for that. And since I mentioned the trips, one thing that came to my mind as well, this car is super uneconomical in the city. I get like under 16 mpg in the city, but somehow this engine, I don't know how, it's not a hybrid obviously, this engine is doing remarkably well on a highway. Even though the stated window sticker number is 33 on the highway, in reality I can easily do 35 or 36. And recently we went on a 2.5 hour trip up north to a little town called Cold Spring, New York. And guess what? The car did 36 miles per gallon. I didn't even try, but it just did 36 miles per gallon. And at the end, after I drove for 80 miles, it said that the car could still drive for 520 miles. So basically what it means that in theory, you could fill up this car all the way up. It has a 16-gallon tank, and you could start on a trip, drive on a highway, and if the traffic conditions are okay, you're basically going to be averaging about 35 miles per gallon, and you could drive 600 miles on one tank of fuel, which is pretty remarkable if you ask me, and I think that just falls into that practicality factor where you don't have to fill up every few hours. It's amazing feeling where you could just fill up and go. And yeah, I love this about this car. Another thing that I absolutely must mention about the car being practical is the My Subaru app. I got it for $99 for 3 years, and oh my god, guys, the best investment. This is amazing. I use this app pretty much every single day, especially it becomes very useful to use it in the summer and winter, because in the summer you're still home, packing, ready to go for a drive. The car is hot. You turn it on, you cool it down, you arrive, open the doors, the car is nice and cool, which is obviously great when it's really hot outside. Opposite is true in the winter. When you're home, you could just warm up the car, and boom, you arrive. The car is nice and warm. It's beautiful. It's not all perfect, unfortunately. I noticed, and my wife noticed, that on really cold days, even though the car gets nice and warm, there's simply not enough air going to your feet. Therefore, our feet would almost always be cold. And the only way you could compensate for that really is to make the car overly hot, so your whole upper body is hot, your face is hot, and then that's how your feet have a chance to warm up. But there's just not enough air, unfortunately, going to the footwell section. And yeah, we don't have circulation problems. So if you're gonna think that, but no, it's just, yeah, it's not enough heat going to the footwell section. Even if you spin the dial and make all of the air go to your feet, it's just not enough somehow. But on upside is this car, let's say you forgot to use the app and the car is super cold where you sit down and you have steam coming out of your mouth. It takes about 4 minutes to warm it up fully, where it's nice and toasty on the inside, and definitely the seat heating helps in that department, where it starts working in about a minute, like I said. One thing that I have regret about is not getting the optional package 24. This is Subaru Sport from 2024, and they offered me optional package 24, which would have given me improved Harman Kardon music, which I don't care about that much, I guess. Bigger screen. The screen is only 6.5 inches, smaller than my iPhone. And most importantly, it would give me the power liftgate button. I wish I had that, because hearing me slam the door, I mean, I wish there was a button there, and I regret this majorly. So no matter what optional package name it is, I think it's optional package 15 or 24, whatever it is, try to get this car with the power liftgate. Trust me, guys, it's so worth it. It's worth the extra money, especially if you're gonna keep this car for many years. But I don't have it, and I'm even crazy about thinking that, oh, I wish I could like pay Subaru for them to retrofit it into my car, but I don't think they do that. Okay, now that we covered that this car is super comfortable and has good practicality all around, let's talk about safety. Obviously, you cannot put price on safety. I'm not gonna bore you and read you every IIHS safety rating that this car has gotten, but let's just say that it's really up there and super safe. And it's not only the passive safety, but active safety as well. For example, if in theory I will be going, let's say 10, 20 miles an hour right into that Sienna, and if I'm not paying attention, the car, due to its eyesight stereo cameras here, it should stop the car. It will first alert me, and then if I don't take any action, it will stop the car. I'm not gonna try that, but a few times when I was going and I had some jaywalkers basically crossing the street unexpectedly in the middle of the road, I did see them, I did notice them, and right before I even started to slow down, this car would already be beeping at me saying that there's obstacle detected. So it's great. I absolutely love it, and it's nice to have an extra pair of eyes watching over me and my family. And hopefully I never test how safe this car is, but it's nice to know that it's safe. And yeah, I have a very good feeling about this car in that department. Now let's talk about the car being reliable, and that was also a very important factor for me, because I'm a busy guy, I have a family. I want to drive this car to playgrounds and take it on trips. I don't want to spend time at the dealership trying to fix this issue or that issue and be that car for any period of time. No, 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 I'm too busy for that, and that's actually part of the reason why I got the last year of the 5th gen instead of the 6th gen, because my thinking was that by the end of the production run of the 5th gen, they should solve all the problems now, and this should be the best example of the Super Forester that they could make. And yeah, this car has been pretty reliable so far. Driven it for 3,000 miles. I know it should be a lot more, but the reason it's not is because we got this car when our baby was a year and a half, And obviously all your trips are planned around her sleep and all that, so that was a major factor in our short trips. But now she's 2.5, so slowly we're starting to spread our wings and go further and further and take her on longer trips. But yeah, I've been driving this car every day, like I said, and yeah, it's been pretty reliable. The only issue I had was the squeaky seat, and which I discovered not to be the actual seat, but the bracket arm that holds the seat belt assembly to the seat. There was a squeaky bolt and one spray of WD-40 and got fixed, and it's been months and months, not a single squeak after that. Consumer Reports give this car a rather high mark of 82 out of 100 for predicted reliability, which puts it right up there with the top cars. But at the end, my experience, this car has been reliable, and I hope it continues to be because I want to keep this for a long time. And yes, I do plan to do CVT fluid change at about 30,000 miles. That seems to be the consensus here if you want to make your car go a long distance. But yeah, my only concern is the CVT, and I made a video about that. But hopefully this car lasts me a long time because I really enjoy it and I want to keep driving it. So in the end then, am I happy with this car as a family car? After 1 year of ownership, I could say the answer is yes. I love this car. I love driving it. It's fun. It's great to drive it with my family in it. It feels safe. It feels reliable. And yeah, it feels like a solid, well-made car. Materials are pretty good. Build quality is amazing. At least to me, it feels like it's amazing. And yeah, I love this car, and I think we made the right choice. It's very practical. It has a lot of room for everyone. And the only regret I have, honestly, was the fact that I didn't go for the optional package 24, which would have given me the liftgate button. I mean, power liftgate button. That would have been amazing. But other than that, I love this car, zero regrets, and I would do it all again. I love the fact that I see so many other families with baby on board stickers driving other Subarus, be it Outback, Forester, Ascent, all the models, Crosstracks. They seem to be more and more of them, and Subaru sales are doing great, and I'm happy for that because I love seeing fellow Subaru drivers on the road because from my experience, they're like some of the most predictable drivers, and yeah, I don't really see them doing anything crazy on the road. But actually, maybe that's why the insurance for this car was the cheapest when compared to Toyota RAV4, Nissan Rogue, and Honda CR-V. This car was like $80 to $100 cheaper to insure every month than those models I just mentioned. And that's probably due in part to Subaru drivers, Subaru Forester drivers, being a pretty decent bunch of drivers, and I'm happy to be part of this club. So yeah, if you ask me, would I recommend this car? Absolutely, especially if you're a tall driver, if you have a family, think about getting this car. It's amazing, and it's been treating us well for the last year. And if you're driving a Subaru, and if it's your family car, tell me in the comments which one you have and if you're happy with it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you found this video to be useful. Take care and see you in the next one.